second first half in a row to not crack 50 points, 17-point quarter. Just kind of what's bogged down a little bit offensively, both tonight, but maybe even in the last week or so.
I think we just got to be better. We got to do things, just be more intentional about what we're doing offensively. We got to do things with more force, more pace, and we got to help each other out. We got to screen for each other. We got to cut hard. We got to be aggressive. We got to attack, and that'll really help us. I think right now our offense is not forceful enough. It's not intentional enough. Each part of our stuff, we gotta have pace. We gotta hit people. We gotta do those things consistently. And right now we're not doing it well enough to have an effective offense.
I guess did that kind of carry over to the fourth quarter too, in this game in particular, to kind of rally back the way you did? Because it looked like y'all found that in the third.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing that hurt your offense is when you're not getting stops. You're taking the ball out the net every time, playing against a set defense. I thought in that third quarter we forced turnovers. We got stops, so we were able to get out and run at them instead of playing against a set defense. And then, we attacked. We just had better quality offense because of that. But sometimes, you dig out of a hole on another team's home floor. You're down 14 or 16 or whatever it was. You fight back, and I thought the end of the quarter we allowed them to take that lead back, and in the fourth quarter it was a back and forth game. But we just didn't do enough things even down the stretch well enough. Didn't get great shots each time. We had some mistakes on our end defensively, and it's a 1 or 2 possession game. Whoever can win those 2 minutes, it's probably who's gonna win the game. When you get down the stretch, and they hit a couple threes, got a couple second chance opportunities, and we didn't do that. So we fought back. Had we not put ourselves in that hole, it probably. That second half effort probably, could lead to a win, but we did that in the third, and, they went into the fourth with the lead, and then, that, like I said, that back and forth in the last couple minutes, we didn't win that stretch, and I thought that was the game.
You mentioned down the stretch. I think it's kind of stuck on that point total for a few minutes. Late game execution, did that just not, what happened there, I guess, late?
It just wasn't good enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it just wasn't good enough.
What's the key to Kyle ingraining himself with you guys?
You said was the key or is the key? I think we got to find ways to put him in position to do what he does well. He is an attacker downhill, gets in the paint. He's a good playmaker when he's doing that. And, it's harder to do that when, like I said, when we're taking the ball out the net, because he's a guy we want to advance the ball to and let him attack downhill. You want to give him those opportunities to be that guy and to be a playmaker. And we just, we got to be better about that. I think tonight he hit some threes, but, he's not a guy that, we want to use him like just a spot-up shooter. Even though he can make shots, that's not what we want to put him in position to be doing. So we just got to be better about putting him in situations and in position to do what he does.
Teams have started to put bigs on him. How much more difficult can that be? Like, if he's trying to get downhill and there's a 7-footer waiting for him in the lane, like, how do you guys try to? Or do you get what I'm saying? Like, if the guy's already waiting for him to get downhill.
I mean, I think we just got to recognize, if they're gonna put a small on Brook and put a big on him, we got to see that and realize, like, all right, we're not going to put Brook in these actions because they're just going to switch it. It's like size, and we got to put Kuz in action, and make that guy have to be at the level, if Giannis coming downhill at him or me coming downhill at him, and now maybe Kuz is rolling into that pocket and you taking advantage of, them matching up like that. But we, at the start of the game, we were too slow at it to where they were able to kind of talk it out and keep the matchups in the action that they wanted. But we, like I said, we just got to be just quicker about those things and be better. I think we obviously are struggling right now. But it's stuff that you look at and we can see that we just have to be better at it.